Sometime.
And we're live.
Booyah.
What's happening, Doug?
Like I said, been out of the country for the last couple of days and just flew back in. And, visiting the country of California is it's unique. It's different. It's as I told you, that private group is kind of funny because the first night there, I committed a crime and didn't even know it. Apparently,
Really? What did you do?
I went grocery shopping.
Oh, you got plastic bags. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea. I mean, here in Louisiana, you go shopping and like even if you use the self checkout, you get your bags and it's just there. And we're going through the little self checkout thing and there's no bags. And I made a comment, well, where's the bags? And then some guy walks up and says, well, how many do you need? And I looked at my cart and I'm like, I don't know, 2, 3. And he's like, okay, well, and he hands me 2 bags. All right. I mean, I'm just going about my business and I'm checking things out. And in the end, it says, do you want to purchase bags? And I didn't think about, and I'm like, what? No, I mean, I'm thinking the bags,
Right.
And so I, do my thing and I walk out and my wife's like, you were supposed to pay for those bags, right? I mean, we're going down the road. I'm like, what, huh? She's like, yeah, it's 20 cents a bag. I'm like, what?
Crazy.
No idea. So welcome to the country of California. And that's where they charge you for.
Well, we're actually we leave Wednesday to go to California ourselves. We're going to Tahoe. So South Lake Tahoe, right on the Reno or Nevada border. So we'll be in a little bit more normalized area.
Yeah. Well, at least Tahoe, that's Nevada. That's in the United States.
Yes.
Where Anaheim, California is a different country altogether. So it was unique. It was. My wife had an amazing time in her tournament. I got to tell you, the smile on her face when she was going against that lady.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Keep talking.
Yeah, and so my wife's really been getting into the jiu-jitsu stuff, and she had the tournament there in Anaheim. And I can tell you from this one was different. The country of California, they didn't let us get up on the mats like most, every place else in the United States. Anyhow, so I had to watch from way back up in the stands. But even from there, the smile on her face and her and the other girl that she was going up against, just they both had these huge smiles on their face. It was just so awesome to see. It's awesome to see my wife doing something she really loves. She's super happy about it and all that kind of fun stuff. So
sorry, somebody just rattled my door very loudly. So me and a friend had to go see what the hell was going on out there, but they moved on. So,
I'm assuming, was it Bailey?
No, I'm at the store. So somebody just shook the door. That's why I just went out to see what the hell was going. That's why I came back carrying this because I pulled it out of my waistband. So,
well, I couldn't.
Somebody headed on down the side. I think we just had an attempted break-in, I guess is what I'm saying here. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I understand. There's some comments. Hey, Jacob, hope you're doing well. Yeah, I understand there is a lot of snow in, it must be Ryan. Only people to call us hunks is Ryan. So a lot of snow waiting in Tahoe. Yeah, I understand they got like 24 to 48 inches.
Really?
This past weekend in
Tahoe.
Tahoe
Does get a lot of snow. I mean, sometimes. So.
Yeah. And I hate cold weather. I hate cold weather, but we had, some Marriott Club vacation points that had to be used, and like by the end of the year. And so Tanya and I a few months ago were like, well, let's talk to the kids, see if they want to go snow skiing and snowmobiling and all that. They have a fireplace and alcohol there, so I'm good. And next thing you know, we're taking the family cross country to Lake Tahoe.
Very cool. Y'all are flying though, right?
Yeah, we're Oh yeah. We're only out there for 6 days, but yeah. So Joshua, the snow cone magnate of Perry, Florida, is loading the trailer with ice. You too, Ray.
That's it. That's it.
Let Tanya in the house. Yeah, I hope that wasn't Tanya. I just ran off with a gun. Bring your own gear.
I have a feeling if you tried to shoot her with you would be.
She would just. I would just make her mad.
Yeah, that's like shooting a grizzly bear with a 22. I mean,
remember Blazing Saddles, where it's like he's strapped on his gun. He's going to go confront Mongo. He said, "Oh no, don't shoot him. You'll just make him mad."
That's it. Anyhow,
they said they were recut. They were editing out Blazing Saddles for political correctness so they could show it in 2022, and it's now like a 5-minute long movie.
Most things to be politically correct in 2022 are there's nothing left.
Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So we gathered here this evening, and you honestly, you piqued my curiosity with that picture that you posted in there. Did you ever actually see what that was?
Oh yeah. No, I mean, so the funny story of it is that was at my wife's jiu-jitsu tournament, right? Mm-hmm. And they had 2 food trucks. And so you go outside, and the first food truck is a Mexican dishes, and they've got all their stuff, and they've got their truck, and it's wrapped, and you know exactly what it is that you're walking up to. And then the second truck had all that stuff on it, and that one right there. So it had all that stuff on there. It's awesome. It's divine. It's amazing. It's blissful. It's the cool outer. It's incredible. It's all this stuff on there, and we're like, what is it? The guy that runs that truck, he literally stepped out and said, "It's Aussie Bulls, Aussie Bulls." Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, you had to step out to tell us what it was that
what it is you're actually selling. Yeah.
That's horrible. And it makes me think of, and at that time I thought, how many times do we see that in almost any business that you run into? But it's like, how do you most of the time when we start doing the wrap for our vehicle, when we start thinking about doing our marketing materials and all that, we're like, oh yeah, man, I do soft washing, or I do pressure washing, or I do window cleaning. And so, I use a proportioner, and I use this amazing soap, and I use this and I use that. Not even thinking for half a second that our customers have no idea what it is
we're talking about. Yeah.
And so, though I think that there are certain things that, you obviously you want to put on there, and you can put on, and it helps you with your display to your customers, and helps you in your sales cycle with your customers. When you're looking at doing, marketing such as a wrap like this, okay, he's a food truck to begin with. There should have been something on there that told us that he sold the Aki Bowls.
But I'll actually go I'll go one step further and say, like it's probably okay with it's not okay. It's better with this guy because you're probably talking about a $5-8 point of purchase, and and this gets your attention.
These are $12 to $13.
But okay, but it gets your attention. Oh yeah, you're right, California. But it gets your attention, and you walk up there, and it's probably more acceptable for this, because honestly, I look at that and my curiosity's peaked. But
the problem that you have here on this one in particular, and this is where I'll go with that, they're selling the same thing inside. Okay.
Right.
So for me, yes, you see it, and your curiosity is piqued. Okay, what is all of that stuff that's on there? And I get that. But he's a food truck, and you're trying to get to a like us. In that situation, there's not much time for us. Mm-hmm. And so, we go out, we look, and okay, they're not selling the Aki Bowls out there. Boom, let's go over here. That's where I get it. and I get, just like Gene had said about Nike and their program, which that's a completely different thing. I don't think that bears the merit here. But when you're, and that's also a different situation where if he is stationary, okay, where us in our industry, the odds of us being stationary are pretty slim unless we're parked outside of somebody's house, right? If our thing is parked outside somebody's house and the people are driving by, having something that piques their curiosity and gets them to stop. But how many times are people going to actually stop to find out
Correct.
what it is?
Correct.
Right now, in that situation where it's okay, well, I'm just curious, what is this? And you can walk up to it, that's different. But for us in the service industry, don't care if it's soft wash, pressure wash. I don't care if it's AC work or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Okay, most of the time, your vehicle is going to be seen when it's driving
Yep.
or when it's parked in somebody's driveway.
If it can't be read at 60, holy Nike, I don't know what just happened. You there?
Right. Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Okay, so my screen went right. If your message can't be read at 60 miles an hour, you have and a clear understanding of what you do, then you're losing out on people. And I know you and I are probably both old enough. Not probably, we are both old enough. I remember back in my early days, before digital printing really became a thing, because that's only become a thing like in the past 10 years, right?
Right, exactly.
Back
It's
then,
like
it was
washing.
back with 12 years ago, 14 years ago, it was still screen printing that you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you did a spray wash t-shirt, and I'm surprised I don't have one sitting around here, but I had that blue spray on there. I had to have a white screen, a blue screen, and then a medium blue screen. So each one of those was a process that they had to, rake the ink around. Then you had a 75% screen and like a 25% screen on there to get that fade out onto it. I know in this day and age of digital printing and digital process, we don't worry about that so much. And dye sub, they don't care anymore.
Mm-hmm.
However, back in the old days, it was a thing, and it was a thing for good reason, because I used to see people 14 years ago build logos that literally they were amazing looking logos, but they couldn't really well be printed without ridiculous cost, because every color you put in and every different gradation of color you put in was an additional,
all cost money.
It was an additional process,
mm-hmm.
and additional cost on there.
Well, and even like with this, and this is what I'll say to those out there right now that have wraps or things that they're just not happy with, or that they absolutely love, but doesn't get that message across.
Yep. Somebody
even posted in that thread a picture of their truck, which the logo side of it was perfect, but the phone number part of it, you really couldn't read. Okay.
Right.
He could read it perfectly fine because it's his number, it's his truck, it's his stuff. Okay. And this is where I say it's important when you're doing this not to look at it with your eyes. You've got to get other people looking at it, get other people's opinions, and not necessarily friends or family, because they're looking at it with kind of your eyes, maybe tainted a little bit. But even the guy that posted his truck, he really couldn't read the number. That is so easily fixed, exactly because of what you're talking about now. In this digital age that we're in, even the one that picture that we had up there earlier with the Aki Bowl thing, right? Okay. He could easily fix that. All he has to do is get a little 3x3 square done and put it right on top of, put it right on his truck. It fixes what he's doing. Right.
Right.
And so even those that like this other guy with the number on his truck, that would be easy to fix and just go right over the top of the numbering that he already has with something different and a little bit bigger, and just the number on a white background or a black back, something that makes it just pop.
And well, I was always real proud of these wraps that we did at Spray Wash, because it was message over branding.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, soft wash, roof cleaning. Smallest element there was the logo.
Mm-hmm.
Soft wash, roof cleaning, phone number right there.
Right.
I wanted someone, and Mo, we'll get into this. We'll come back and talk about this in a little bit. We just want to stick on point right now, so stick around. But we'll get to this, towards the end here. But I mean, it was just so important to me to get that. We got that figured out at a pretty early point where. There's a side view of one of our typical wraps right there.
Mm-hmm.
Soft wash and power wash. Again, the logo.
And that particular wrap has been copied many
absolutely
times. Because
absolutely.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It gets across exactly what you're doing.
I told my designer, I said, I want to make it look like it's moving while it's sitting still. I want it to literally have motion to it, but I still want it to be readable at 60 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm. The only thing different that I would have done on that truck is on that front fender, I would have put the big phone number.
Yeah, over the fender. But see, this is what we always called a three-quarter wrap on there. And Jim is asking how much that cost. That was typically about $1,800, and that was considered a three-quarter wrap because the hood and front fenders were not wrapped on there.
Yeah, so our service body trucks, we would pay anywhere between $1,500 and say $2,500 for them to be wrapped, and we kind of did the same thing. I never wrapped the hood. The new owner, Matt, he actually wraps the hood as well. So the cost variances are there, and I'm sure that the costs have now gone up some as well.
Right. I'm sure they have. I mean, so this is 3 years ago, probably the last time that I got a vehicle wrapped, and it was still, around that. They actually remained extremely. Another one of the trucks, right? That could be S number 15. They could have remained around, the same price and all.
Point.
But it was just there's the two. Oh, here's during COVID. There's one of the 250s that was wrapped right there. And again, we just kept using this wrap over and over and over again. I'm looking for some of the service bodies that we had on there that were, here's one of the service bodies on it. So, again, continued the same wrap, the same design, even on a service body truck. Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Here's a good picture of some of the fleet. Right there, so you can see on even on the service, because at that point we had my F-250 and two more F-250s, the flatbed, and then two service bodies. But you can get an idea of the picture on the service body right there. But this is where, and even the service bodies were still only like $1,800 to do that. So
right.
Do the 5 messaging over branding. Yeah, I mean, always the messaging over your branding. I mean, what is it you do? Especially, but I even see this on people's here's one of the service. So here is an old service body that we bought. Here's before I even had it wrapped, and I've just got the magnetic door sticker on there, right? Still, I'm not logo, but the number's a lot more readable. But then here's one of the service bodies that is wrapped right there. And you're right. If hindsight, I would have had the phone number or the website right along in here, along that front fender right there. And you wouldn't even have to make that as part of the wrap. You could actually make that as part of the as a vinyl sticker cutout.
Right. You could do that absolutely separate. So you've got the half wrap or 3/4 wrap that you do.
Right.
And then you can put stickers. I'm trying to actually find my very first truck and the wrap that I did on it. The wrap cost me $600 because I did it myself.
Right.
I didn't have the money to, and all I did was I put on, matter of fact, I think I just found it. No, it doesn't. That's only part of it. So, I went ahead and I wrapped the truck with a, well, actually, let me see if I can share this. It's only, so I lost a lot of our stuff in the flood. And actually, I might be able to find that in the flood pictures if I can look it up. Let me go backwards while I try to find it.
Well, while you're looking for that, I mean, and I'll sit here and talk about, I see this a lot. The in a lot of the groups out there. So I mean, we haven't really let them in Spray Wash Academy. At least we haven't caught them, doing that. But hey, post your business name here for a free logo. Honestly, there's two things that I've noticed about the free logo, guys. One, it's either the same logo over and over and over again.
Exactly.
They're using clip art, that rooftop clip art that doesn't differentiate you from anybody out there, or it's the or part is it doesn't differ, or it's so freaking complex that you don't understand what it is you do. The logo and name and all that becomes so huge that it's hard for the average consumer to actually understand. And I know that the name of our company was Spray Wash Exterior Cleaning, but we went by Spray Wash. We called it Spray Wash. That was the message that we wanted to get across. Spray Wash.
Mm-hmm.
Not Spray Wash Exterior Cleaning. That's how we would answer the phone. But I wanted people to be able to just go, oh, Spray Wash. Two simple, easy words right there. But you've just got to, your messaging and your branding need to be two separate things. They should be tied in if possible. But always remember that your messaging has got to be clear. People don't care about your branding so much as they do they may care about your branding after they understand they want your messaging. But until they understand they want your messaging, they really could give a flip about your branding.
I think it's not allowing me to share this to the screen because you've got yours still loaded up.
Oh, here, let me fine. Stop screen. There you go. All you.
Well, it still didn't pop up. Oh, no. Okay. I see. It's got something different.
See, we have Wild West Wash Services. Now he's just Wild West by now. Exactly. And it's, I would recommend, I would recommend doing something like that. Being able to have Cajun soft washes is great.
Okay, so keep in mind that this is right after the flood. So all this debris and everything, that's just because it floated in there, right?
Right.
But anyhow, and if you can see, I don't know if you can see on the back door of that truck, I didn't have anything on there at that time. Okay, but here you could really see that. I think it's going to be hard to see on the screen here, but we had the phone number up here, logo here, and then safe, no pressure roof and exterior cleaning on the back side here. This was a wrap that I did. The whole point of this is that these are stickers. Okay. I took green wrap material and I ran it down the side of the truck. This is a gray truck. You can kind of see right here. It's a gray truck. Ran the wrap material down there. And then I put stickers on there for the phone number. I had a sticker made right here, which has the logo and Cajun Soft Wash on it. And then these are also stickers right here that I just put on over the top of it. Okay? So again, it doesn't even have to be, this is just starting out. This first wrap cost me $600. I remember the cost.
Hey, I bet it probably returned.
Oh, it's
100
way
times that, over that, 50 times that, I always used to say, I mean, that was one of the most important things about us. I mean, we had 5 trucks running around that all looked the same. Hell, I used to want to wrap Tanya's car, and Tanya's like threatened me, like, no, you're not freaking wrapping my $60,000 Highlander with a spray wash wrap on there.
Well, that's one thing I'll say that I think actually kind of helps having different types of rigs.
Yeah,
because like if it's the exact same truck or style of truck running around and you've got 30 trucks, me having 5 trucks might look like I have more trucks than you when you have
Yeah.
30 trucks. If you have the exact same looking truck over and over and over again. So though I get it, and that's all the systemizing and all that, and I would systemize and have the same types of trucks. For us, we ran a couple of different, we actually had 3 different types of trucks. And so for that, those running around made it even look like it was bigger because you would always see a different type of truck, you know?
Right. That's true. Now we were the same way on that with we always kept several different ones, and and it's where it's just so 100% on there. And so somebody just sent me pictures of it, and in my one comment, they have a great logo. Love their logo, but they also have, and the phone number is extremely well out there. But I want to show you this too, and I don't mean to pick because I love the logo, but there's some stuff. I don't know if you can see that, but see the stuff on the first door there.
That's the list of services.
You can't read. You can't. The phone number's amazing. The logo's amazing. But what I would say is drop about half those services off, or maybe put half those services on the other side on there. Again, my opinion, because it looks very clean. It looks very nice. It's very nice. Professional looking. But I can't read that just from the picture that I've seen on it. And I wouldn't, and let me clarify this too. It's good enough to where I wouldn't go and redo. I wouldn't go, oh my God, Ray said this is, don't get rid of it. I would not do that at all. But if next time you design one, drop about half those services off, put them on a door on the other side on there, and just raise that point size up so they're a little more readable on there so people can see that. Think about McDonald's, okay? So McDonald's has burgers, right? They've got a Big Mac and a Quarter Pound, which are ostensibly 2 different burgers, right? They have a chicken sandwich. They have a fish sandwich. They have chicken nuggets. They've got a couple of different offerings, but only they have the McRib, which they said is going away. But only you never see McDonald's going, hey, your place for Quarter Pounder, Big Macs, chicken sandwiches, nuggets, and a McRib and a McFish.
And shakes and fries.
And this and that and that and that. Now they may take a month or they may take a 2-month period when they're promoting the McRib or the chicken sandwich and hammer home the advertising during that period out there. But you know what? They have a burger. That's mainly what they do. Their Big Mac and their Quarter Pounder are their claim to fame. So those are the 2 things that they're sitting there smacking in your, like we need to know that anymore, but they still do. But that's what they're smacking in your face just literally all the time.
Well, I'll take that one further, Ray. When you pull up to McDonald's, right, they have the order menu, and the order menu has the list of everything they have, right? But as you're pulling through the windows, right, each window has its own sticker in it, okay? And then when you get up to the menu, and this is with most of those fast foods, when you get up there, they may have a scrolling menu, okay, on top of their actual menu. So you have, and it'll pop up one item and it'll leave there for a second or two, and then another item, and then another item, with a picture. So because they understand the value of not having all of that listed in one thing where it gets confusing and you can't see or you can't read, they're driving home individual points, if you would.
Right. Analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
And you think you've got so many different things that are offered to us that it's like, okay, well, what in the hell are we actually, looking at? And I mean, it runs you a little crazy to think about what it is we're actually going and looking. Wild West brought something, and I was looking for one of the.
And it's a good point.
100 point. We ran 5 service trucks, but ours, we started with number 10,
Mhm.
and there were individual numbers on the sides of the trucks, not, yeah, it
You know
doesn't
what?
need to be number 1. He's got one truck, but it's number 17,
You know
and,
what
and
would be kind of funny on the right front fender, you put number 17. On the left front fender, you put number 18. On the quarter, on the back,
yeah,
you put number 19. So
yeah,
just people following you around, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm behind truck number 19. Oh, I'm beside truck
that's
number
funny. Yeah,
17."
different numbers on all the sides. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is
That's
back before I started numbering the trucks. Even hell, that was, what year was that? That was 2015. So we started now. We were there and we got some blue. Oh! Guess what? For the book I'm writing, I found a picture of my first pressure washer
wow.
right here. Look at that, Doug. Is that not amazing?
The very
That
first
is
one.
a Husky.
I don't have a picture of my first pressure
I got
washer,
a
but
picture of my
it was a
first
Home
pressure
Depot unit.
washer right there.
I think I still have no, I think it's over at Cajun Softwash. I don't know if they've done anything with it, but I think I still have the original gun, the original wand.
Oh, that was a
Aside from
hunky
that, it's all
truck right
gone.
there. But yeah, so no, I mean, I agree. If you got one truck, put a freaking number on that. That's just a crazy-ish kind of number on it, I don't have it on those, but at one point we had up.
And if you can, I mean, if you do have multiple trucks, having them all go out at the same time is a good thing. Not only because for me, it was just awesome to watch them keep rolling down the road. But if you're pulling into neighborhoods and you're scheduling, so
Yeah.
there's two different ways to look at it, right? Sometimes they say,
yeah.
some guys will say, well, I try to schedule many different jobs in one neighborhood, one each day, so that my truck is always in that neighborhood. And I get that. Or you can also have all of them in one day in that neighborhood. That way you have, 3, 4, 5, 6 trucks in that neighborhood all at the same time.
Right.
I think
no, it's very, very, it was very, very impressive. And I would hear that, occasionally from people going, oh my God, how many trucks do you have? We saw you pulling out on Weems Road, and it was just, it was like an armada of trucks going out in the morning whenever you had 3, 4 trucks, all pulling out in the same time.
And what's another good indicator that you've got good branding? I just thought about this.
What's that?
When they start asking you, is this a franchise?
Yeah, 100%. And I used to get that all the time.
All the time. People would always ask, is this a franchise? Is this a franchise?
Hey,
that,
Steven,
to me, that's telling you you've got good marketing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Perry is in Vietnam. Perry got out of China for a little bit.
I just talked with a gentleman today that he retired from the Air Force, and he retired about 2 years ago. And he was telling me that before the Vietnam War started, he was stationed in Hawaii, and he was fixing airplanes with bullet holes that were coming from this unknown place called Vietnam. And but it was all hush hush. They couldn't tell anybody. It was, he was talking about overtime because there were some private contractors. They couldn't catch overtime because there couldn't be anything on the record for any of this, because they were fixing planes that were coming from Vietnam before the war even started, which I thought was kind of cool.
Interesting. Yeah. Michael made the comment, though, about a brother's pressure cleaning. I see, I know you also had a brother's pressure and roof or something, but a brother's pressure cleaning isn't bad. I mean, that's not horrible. It's 4 words. Brother's pressure clean, it's really not that bad.
You mean because he said something about it being too long?
Too long. I don't think that's horrible. So
I don't. Because it's easily remembered.
Yeah.
I would rather see a brother's pressure cleaning than, I mean, Perry's pressure cleaning. I'm just throwing Perry Tate under the bus, because it's going to be easier for me to remember a brother's pressure cleaning than it is to remember, was it Perry? Was it Terry? Was it Jerry?
I mean, it's kind of catchy. You know, you got some stuff there. So is there a market for roof rack based programmable LED advertising panel? I have some inroads to the product concept, but I don't know if it'd be legal in the USA. I don't know why it would be illegal. I mean, people are lighting up their tanks. That's been a big thing that people have been all doing lately, is lighting up their tanks. You know, Lyft does a little, you know, the Lyft, they do like a little scrolling LED on that.
Yeah, I actually think that would go over quite well.
I think the colors, because, you know, there's something about, you can't have blue and red on some of your exterior lights in certain states because it could be mixed with a
emergency vehicle.
Yeah.
Call me on
Jim,
that.
And there, tipped area pressure washing. Should we instead be tipped area power washing, exterior washing? You know,
I would buy every single one of those domains. I would buy tippedareapowerwashing.com, tippedareaexteriorwashing.com. My website would have
tipped area soft washing. If you can, yeah.
Absolutely.
Tipped area pressure washing.
I don't think it's as important to worry about if you're tipped area power washing, tipped area exterior washing, right? I think it's more important to use those keywords in your SEO. That's what I think. So even pressure washing tipped area, right? Because you want to get what people are looking for. So I personally, I like exterior cleaning. I like soft washing because I want to be different than power washing. But to me, it's more about the SEO, and you use all of them. You don't just use one of them.
100%. And call yourself whatever the hell you want to, but then, you know, on those side bullet points, put on there, if it's tipped area pressure washing, have on bullet point in the truck, soft washing, roof cleaning, exterior cleaning, you know, things like gutter cleaning, those bullet points on there so people get the message. And then like Doug said, on the SEO side of it, hammer all of those different keywords right there, because you just wanted to make you want to make it easy to find for you, you know, and if your name is pressure washing, it's not this a death sentence for, oh, I'll never get a soft washing job whatsoever, because you know what, people will know your name and you'll get out there and you know, you can manipulate the keywords to where it needs to be.
And I can tell you, you know, Aero Property Services is saying I dropped $5,200 on 2 wraps. It hurts, but it's totally worth it. One of my big trucks, I think it was like $4,500 or $4,800 to wrap that big truck. And it stings, right? But the very first day that truck was out, I was the one driving it. I knew exactly where I was. I was pulling into a gas station and my phone rings. I'm a big proponent of always answering the phone. I answer the phone. Oh yeah, I just saw one of your trucks. It was pulling into a gas station over here at the thing, you know. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And it was a commercial job that the guy was calling to get pricing on. And so for me, right off the bat, that wrap started to pay for itself. You know, especially on the bigger trucks. If you've got a box truck, that's a freaking billboard just waiting to happen for you.
It is.
Don't get carried away. I guess that's the point of this whole thing to begin with. If you go back to that first picture with that guy, and he's got all those different things on there, delicious, scrumptious, this, that, this, that. You have no idea what it is that he actually does, what he sells, and it makes it pointless to that, right? So for me, it should be boom, in your face. You get to see exactly what it is that the company does. You get to see the phone number. He saw it driving past it and was able to capture my phone number and what we did. That was the point.
You know, same reason. And I just finished writing a little chapter about this. Same reason that in Lowe's, and you've heard me say this before, you know, on this show, I used to always carry business cards, but if somebody asked me for a business card, like when I was at Lowe's or Home Depot, I knew that 9 out of 10 times
they're going to lose it.
So what would I do? Hey, you know what? I don't have any on me. You got your camera? Yeah. Here. Take a picture of my shirt. I'm always wearing a dye sub shirt. And then I'd go, or some goofy ass pose like that. You know, and it was hilarious because invariably, if I didn't get a call immediately afterwards, I'd get a call
You
like
would
2
still
weeks
get a
later
call.
going, I was going through my photographs and saw this goofy guy pointing at a thing and realized, I need a quote on my house, and I was like, the I don't carry cards bandit strikes again on there. But people wind up remembering that. Another reason the branding is so important, and it's like spray wash exterior cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing, roof cleaning on there, and phone number. Can I give you another little secret about that too? Why don't you ask for their phone number whenever you're doing that? You know
Absolutely.
what? Just in case something gets lost, let me go ahead and get your phone number as well so I can follow up with you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
No,
amazing how many people are scared to. What they want to do is they so much of our of the shit we do in our lives, stuff we do in our lives is we use stuff as a crutch and not as, and I'm trying to see if I can use my, I don't have a card on me, ironically. We give them a business card, and this is my Goldman Sachs card, so it doesn't have a number on it. But we give them here, yes, I passed out cards. Well, how many people did you pass out cards to today, but you got 0 numbers in return?
Mm-hmm.
So
and you getting their number is way more important
a
than
hell
them
of a
getting
lot
your
more
number.
important than you giving them your number out there, because they could literally be placating you. Get their number. I mean, my goodness.
And the other thing that you can do, because it makes it super easy nowadays with the cell phones and all that, when somebody comes up and says, "Oh yeah, can I get a card from you?" You know what? Take the picture, right? But say, I'll tell you what. How about this? Go ahead and let me give you my number right now. Text me your email address or text me your number, and then I'll send you some information.
Yeah.
Okay?
Or get an e-card on there, a virtual business card, something like that. You can share the info on there. Better yet, hey, I'll text you my information. Give me your phone number. Now you have their freaking phone number. You literally, hey, I'll text you my phone number.
And if they just give you their phone number, if they say, "Well, let me just give it to you," can you text it to me? I don't have anything to write.
Yeah.
With. Get them to, because they can't. I can tell you what my phone number is. My phone number is 555-1212. Right? That's not it. Right? So, but if I have you text it to me, I know it's the right one.
Right. Bingo. What Arrow's saying here. I started as a window cleaning, gutter cleaning company 4 years ago. Fast forward to today, I've added $30,000 in pressure washing trailer and 12-volt system for soft washing. Don't love Arrow Property Services. Should I rebrand? No, I think if you're 4 years into it, I would not rebrand, especially if business is good. I would just take the point of having bullet points on all my stuff going pressure washing or whatever the vernacular is in your area. It might be power washing there if you're up north, pressure washing, soft washing, roof cleaning. I would talk window washing. I would point out those, but I don't think I'd go and change. I don't think I'd change it. Arrow Property Services is a great name as long as you can get the points across of what you do.
Here's my 2 cents on that. So I'll use Eric and Lisa as a good example. They rebranded, and I think they were 4 years into it at the time when they rebranded, and they were A&E Services or something. I think it was A&E, and then they rebranded to be Liberty Soft Wash, and that was a great move for them. It wasn't a good move. It was a great move for them. But there's a difference here. For me, Arrow Property Services, though you may not love it, it really is a good name. Okay. And it is something that's going to be easier to remember, and it's professional. Okay. It sounds professional.
Yeah.
Arrow Property Services sounds good to me. And so for me, on something like that, I don't think I would rebrand now. If I were, Ray Burke's pressure washing, would I rebrand? Yeah, I would maybe look at rebranding at that point, knowing which direction I'm going to go. But I think Arrow Property, I think that sounds great.
Jamie, think about it. And Doug, we got to talk tomorrow about Jamie's, the PWMCA in, Jamie, I'm sorry. I don't know if you caught the first of it. Doug's been out of town. Why I haven't gotten back to you. My apologies. But February, PWMCA. about going down there. We're going to do plant and property protection with Jamie down there. So to add to the value of that awesome event they're having. Thinking about adding a box truck because of the rolling billboard. 100%. I mean, Doug, you had the box truck. Well, it wasn't technically a box truck, but it looked like a box truck.
Yeah. So I had I have two, or had two. One was a box truck, and it was called our commercial pressure truck. And then the other one was our commercial truck, which was a vending body truck. And you could roll the doors down on it. And it was virtually a big box truck. And yeah, those things were absolute, I mean, awesome. I'll see if I can pull up some pictures of them. But those things were, and still to this day are, I mean, those are phone call magnets, right?
Right.
You can't help but see them. And they're done very simplistically. There's not a whole bunch of stuff on them. Even the bubbles, right? I know a lot of guys talk about they like having the bubbles or the water or whatever. But if you get too carried away with that, it distracts. It takes away from what somebody can visually see. They get
100%.
carried away in the bubbles. And they don't necessarily read what it is that you've got written. So don't get too carried away in the other stuff and the splashy stuff. But yeah, the box trucks, I mean, matter of fact, on the front of the one box truck, it said roof cleaning. And then underneath, because it was the one box truck is an old U-Haul truck. And so it's got that cab over piece.
Right.
And, it said roof cleaning and house washing. Okay. So even though there's no phone number there, because, you're just trying to catch somebody as you're going 50 miles and they're going 55 miles an hour, the opposite direction, so that they'll turn their head and then maybe get the side of it. And then the side of it, now we did have a bigger logo on there, but that's because we had so much space, and that was part of the branding of it, right? I wanted to brand Cajun Soft Wash. So in the branding efforts, I want my logo to stick out, but I don't want that to be the main focus. That's why the other stuff, I got my message across really good, really clear. And then boom, I could throw the logo on there. I'll see if I can pull that up.
Here's what I was talking about on the, on this one, you can see, so that was the cab over had the number 12 on it. And then on next picture on here, that was truck number 15 on there. I think our numbers went up to like 17 or 18 on the trucks. They started at 10. So, I mean, realistically, that we weren't running 17, 18 trucks. I mean, they started literally at 10 out there, not at 1. Slight possible deception on my part.
Trying to see if I can't. Yeah, let me see if I can share this one. Let's see. But I want to remove that one. Let me see. All right. So this was right here. Let's see if you can see that one. All right. So that there is the front of the truck as you're driving towards it. So for that one there, roof cleaning, boom, pops right out at you. You see what I'm saying? So for me, that was a good way of getting that side of it out. And then did it switch there?
Yes.
These are, so just so you guys know, this is the, this isn't the actual wrap. This is the design when we were in the design phase.
Yeah.
Let's see. And so that would have been on the back of the truck. And then the front of the truck, just say no to pressure, the phone number. And then this was the side of the truck. Okay. And again, stuck out like a sore thumb. No pressure, roof and exterior cleaning, residential and commercial, stucco specialist. the spray wash, and then the You're Worthwhile, the Cajun soft wash, and then the big phone number that's on there.
Yeah.
So those things to me, the truck, and I wish this were the actual wrap that was on there, but it comes out pretty close to what you see there. Very strong branding message, or not branding, but very strong message, got the point across really, really quick. So if you're going to go to box trucks, man, if you see a lot of the box trucks out there, they have so much on them that they just get too convoluted, really.
Well, a lot of the wraps in general have a lot of the wraps, a lot of, a lot of the flyers, a lot of the door hangers, a lot of the business cards have too much on there. Tim Fields is one of those amazing people that'll sit there and tell you, look, it's not about what your mom says, your dad says, your friends say, like you said earlier, Doug. It's really probably more important about what a professional says about it. And remember, there are professional designers who do this for a living. And none of us are going to sit there and take roof advice from somebody that necessarily does graphic design. Well, maybe we ought to think the same. I mean, seriously, if a guy was a graphic designer and you're washing his roof, and he comes out and says, I don't know if you're washing that roof right. And here's what I think is happening with that roof. We would all pretty much get a little bit aggravated at that point and go, you know what? I'm the freaking professional here. Yeah, the Smiths.
I always loved his trucks. I mean,
Nick and Ron both they're freaking amazing at what they do.
You know exactly what this guy does. I think him and I had talked about this.
He's a landscaper, right?
Well, he does the brick, the paver ceiling. I mean,
no, he's a landscaper. I'm picking up landscaper.
This is
no,
Ron.
I'm kidding. Obviously, he's a brick freaking paver seal. He's a paver sealing guy. I'm
like, what are you talking about, Ray? Yeah. I mean, but you know exactly what that truck does right off the bat. Okay, there's no question about it. And even the phone number.
Nick Smith, Ron Smith's brother, who and Ron does the same thing on his trucks. He's got the black and yellow ones.
Right.
And it's real obvious, what they do. It's painfully obvious. But going back, what I was saying. So, here's another one right here of, there's number 11 right there. We had, again, so many. I always wish I'd have done the Brandon style thing with all the trucks, together out there. It always kind of saddened me that I wound up not doing that. I just saw one with number 13 in it a minute ago. It's just so important, to have these pictures, if nothing else, for the memories, afterwards.
Oh, absolutely.
But going back to where I was going, if you were sitting there, telling everybody, if the graphic designer came out and started telling you, hey, you're not doing my roof right, you'd get pissed. I mean, you'd be like, yeah, you're an asshole, Why are we doing that to the graphic designers at the same time? So, like, Tim Fields, he'll kind of be like, yeah, you ought to have a professional look at that. You ought to have somebody else look at doing this, because honestly, what you got ain't cutting it. And I see horrible flyers out there that just ain't that freaking good at stuff,
Mm-hmm.
And you will spend all this money getting stuff done, but at the same time, we're not really getting anything done. I mean, maximize the maximize your cost. If you're spending money on something, then by God, have a professional do it. We're the first ones to sit there and say, to our customers, hey, you should have a professional do your concrete. Well, by God, you should have a professional do your graphic design, at least on your logo and your flyers and stuff. I mean, I'm not saying have them do your website, everything in the world, although you probably should. But for the basic, simple steps of it, have a professional do it.
So that and that hits kind of the nail on the head, Ray. And that is, we are always saying about hiring a professional, get the job done right. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You're the homeowner and you can get it done, but you're not going to get it done right. I mean, you're going to cause more problems than if you just hired a professional. Sometimes it's the sting of the price. Okay. And that's what you have to think about when you're out selling, right? It's the sting of the price. It's the same thing for you. If you're not willing to pop, and for me, the branding, the everything looking good and cohesive, there's so much value in that I mean, it's astronomically funny that we do just that, where we sit there and we say, hey, hire a professional, but then we don't hire a professional.
Right.
So in your branding, all of that, you really should consider. You'll be amazed at the difference in what you come up with versus what a professional. That's all they do. They got the right software to do it.
Well, it's kind of that funny thing about the, pressure washers are infamous about, and I don't mean to, gosh, I hope I don't ruffle some feathers here, but, we sit there and say, well, the guy's price shopping me. I mean, what a piece. Oh, obviously they can't afford my price, or they can't do this, or, oh, what a cheap piece of crap, or, the thousand different things that we sit there and say about these customers. But I mean, how many times do I wind up getting a call from people going, yeah. Oh, how much is a nozzle?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's $773. All right, I'll call you back,
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. You found the place on Amazon that's $665, on a freaking nozzle out there. But you're the first guy to sit there and complain about that person, online at some of the, damn it, find a professional and deal with them. I mean, that's who you want to. And honestly, y'all know that, everybody knows my story on here. I don't care if you buy from me or not. I mean, I'm pretty well set with my future out here. So, I'm doing this just so I can keep in the industry and have some enjoyment and fun still. So I'm not necessarily opening power wash store to make millions, because frankly I already have. Here somebody asking, was it Jim? So Jim, these are two gov deal surplus trucks. Now these are like 2004, that horrible year that they put the tail light down low and then the service light, the blinker light above that. To me, it was one of the most awful body styles that was ever made on a Ford truck. I hated them, but they looked quite palatable and plausible once they got wrapped on there. It added 10 years to that body style on it. It truly did, to me, at least in my notion.
You absolutely changed the way a vehicle looks by throwing a wrap on it.
Right there. There's a close up of that one. We had just gotten it back out of the wrap shop on there. And it did not look like an old truck at all.
I wish I had
that truck was 15 years old.
I wish I had a lot of the pictures that I had prior to the flood, because, like my old Dodge, the very first truck that I had for soft washing was a Dodge truck, 4-door truck. And it was, I mean, honestly, it was an ugly truck. And then I threw the wrap on it and it looked like an amazing truck for the most part. So
I mean, that right there, I think, was a 2004, 2003 or 2004 F-250.
Yeah. And I will say that you should look at some of the wheel covers that they have out nowadays, because it changes the look of a truck dramatically as well.
Or you can even just do the silver hub centers on that, and make a big difference. But, unfortunately, even, this truck right here. So this F-250 right here, and I know it's a 150 style, but that was a 250 light duty. They only made it a couple of years. That was a 1998 or 1997 truck. This was a 2004, I believe. That van was about a 97 van on there that we used for hood cleaning for a while. I mean,
and you notice all of the branding is the same.
And this photo is from 2016. I mean, yeah, it's a 6 year ago photo, but gosh, it really brought a lot of life to him back up. So
absolutely.
Hey Jerry, how are you doing? So I want to go back up here. So if somebody wanted to join, you know, and it's real easy. Go to if Mo's been in there.
Spray Wash
New Orleans, go to spraywashpro.com. Happy to help you out. We've got some classes on there about government contracting. You can get Doug and I to be your little personal guide on this whole journey that you're on.
I'm in Baton Rouge, so I'm not very far away from you at all either.
Oh, there you go.
Because I think he said he was in New Orleans.
There you go. I mean, we'd love to help you out if we could, you know, in that respect. I know
shoot me an email, Doug at spraywashacademy.com.
I know several guys that are on here now either are members or have been members, and a lot of guys have taken the plant and property class, and you know, I mean, we love it. We absolutely.
Plant and property is probably the signature. You know, would be the best way to say it. And it's unlike anything else that's out there to me. I mean, I've seen other things that others have put out, and you know, they've got hour-long classes. Plant and property is it's over 6.5 hours long. You know, and it's all relevant, good information. You know, all that kind of stuff. So it's
always updated. Yeah, 100%. God, every time I look down these photos, it's just a walk down memory lane. But you know, and we're not just saying this about reps. We're saying this about all your marketing. Understand, guys? I mean, this is where we want to. It's not just your wrap. It's not just your logo. It's not just your name. It all should wind up kind of gelling in there together. But have a professional look at your stuff. And you know, somebody mentioned that that his wife did wraps and graphic design. Perfect. You know, gosh, talk to a friend, if you don't want to go spend a boatload of money, talk to a friend or a family member or somebody that has a little bit of sense about graphic design other than what we think. Unfortunately, and I'll tell you, unfortunately, the pressure washing industry becomes a bit, and especially Facebook, becomes a bit of the echo chamber. And some forums more so than others. But whenever you have...
Some forums just allow anybody and everybody on board, regardless of what they do.
And I'm trying to do this politically correct, but whenever you have the...
Screw political correctness. Just say
okay. Whenever you have the stupid leading the uninformed, lack of, and I'm trying. I was going to say the uneducated leading the uninformed, and the people in there go, "Oh my God, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Holy crap, that's a great idea. You know what? I'm gonna cover my head with ham slices and pour mustard over it, and because people are really going to notice me." And somebody, holy God, you want to get noticed, so yeah, I'm going to get some ham slices and some mustard as well. And then another guy goes, well, you know what, I'm going to do honey mustard out there, and you know, and it becomes this echo chamber of stupidity out there, of just guys going, yeah, that's a good idea, yeah, that's what I do, that's what I would, yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of the pressure washing guys out there probably aren't the best ones to get marketing advice from, because frankly, a lot of the pressure washing companies that are out there that are on Facebook aren't really that successful at it.
And when you're starting out and you know, if you can't afford something, that's okay too. I mean, you try to notice what it is that you notice. You see a truck going down the road and it is an AC truck.
Repair
AC,
truck,
meaning an
exactly.
AC truck,
Not a
repair
pressure
truck,
washing
right?
truck, and you notice that they have
Yeah.
a hot seat or a pressure truck, but it's an AC repair truck. What do you notice about that AC repair truck?
Do
What
you
do you
notice?
notice about that plumbing truck? You know,
Mhm.
what made you go, ooh,
That's a good looking truck.
yeah, exactly.
And then notice, can you get in touch with them? Can
Yeah.
you get their number? Can you get an email? Can you get any way
Right.
to contact them? Do you know what they do?
Yep.
Start looking at wraps, or when somebody hands you a business card, look at the card and see, do you know what they do? Right? Oh, this person's into real estate because they got their picture on there and all that. And then you realize they're not in real estate. Okay, that's a mistake. Learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't have to make your own mistakes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
That's
it makes
that's where Ray and I come from, is making a crap load of
a
mistakes.
whole lot of mistakes out there, you know? I mean, you make something that's so beautiful and you love it, and nobody wants to. Here, I got a great example.
I actually, you know what? I wonder. I wish there was a way to go back and see which one of us made more mistakes.
You know what? Right here.
Has to be you, though.
Doug, one of the single greatest marketing pieces of all time,
Yeah.
right here. What's eating your roof?
Uh-huh.
Do you know how many people have ever actually read this? Literally, I'm putting it and showing it to you. To me, to every one of the roof cleaners out here, you probably get a hard on looking at this going, oh my God, he talks about Gloria Capsa Magma, and he talks about, 5 reasons and all this. The average customer could give 2 craps about that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see my best flyer ever? We're your all-purpose cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. And then listing out bullet. Oh, wait, spray wash. We're your all-purpose cleaner. It shows us doing buildings. It shows us doing an airport. It shows us doing tall work. And listing out the services that we do. Not going into a lengthy description on all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But bam, But
bam. Yeah, I remember when you got that thing, and I was like, can I use that?
Yeah.
And just the spray bottle, because it was it also had the what did we do? Free time.
Free time. Yeah, we had one that said free time on it. Yeah, exactly.
I think I have that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I still have that one, but
sometimes we can overthink ourselves. And you know what? That flyer right there is a great flyer for a website, for keywords, and for somebody that really wants to learn about it and read about it. In general, nobody cares whenever you hand them a flyer with that many words on it, even though, and understand, I mean, little secret here. It's got a beautiful graphic design on it. I majored in communication in college. I've got a bachelor's in communication. I kind of know a little bit about graphic design. Now, I am way out of practice on any kind of software that did that. I got a little bit of sense about graphic design on there. However, I also, there it is. There's the free time bottle. Yep.
Yeah, and then building stuff around that.
Yeah. Yep. I built a whole series of ads around that was amazing. It really hit home. Bam,
Another one that I really liked, I did. Let's see if I can pull it up here real quick. So I put these on the truck, prepare to stop. And then the next picture that came up after that, let me see if it goes to it. Nope. Let me see if I can. Nope. All right. Well, we'll try it again with something. So we've got another one that followed that one. Of course, it was supposed to pop right up and it didn't.
And I'm still going to go with on your marketing, especially your website. I like that.
Yep. Prepare to stop and be amazed. Two different signs.
You know, it's hard to beat a good picture. It's truly, truly hard to beat a good picture in this business.
You want to know my actual all-time best, I'll say, marketing ploy was trying to get likes for the company and like to fish free giveaway. The like to fish free giveaway was a phenomenal thing for us.
Like to fish free
Yep.
giveaway.
And we gave away fishing.
What was that? Nice.
Yeah. All you had to do to get entered into the drawing to win a free fishing trip was to like our page. That was it. And we would do drawings, live drawings, and we gave away 2 fishing trips, and they didn't actually cost me anything. The trips themselves were like $750 or something to that nature. But I did trade out work for the guy that did the fishing charter, and we $1,500 to clean his house, and he gave us 2 trips, and he gave me $750 plus the 2 trips that he gave away. So I actually got more value out of what it was, and I paid for everything because he still paid me $750 to do the cleaning for him.
Nice.
So yeah,
that's a good one. I mean, that's an amazing one. I want y'all to think about something too when we talk about good pictures. You hire a photographer to go out there and take a picture of a job. They're not there for a minute. A photographer will sit there and wait for 5 hours until the light is right out there. To make things just be absolutely, perfect on there. It's one of the reasons that I have like 95,000 photographs in my, right there. I mean, amazing picture right there that with the, why do I have this picture right here? And Jim was asking, so here we go. Here's 2 wrap service body trucks and then another truck. Why do I have this picture? Well, and I've had some of the gas station guys give me a lot of crap for this picture because, I had a ladder out there that they were using to wrap it on there. I don't care. I'll tell you what, the gas station owners love this picture because I have cones. I have my trucks making a physical laugh all you want, dudes. I don't care because
make money with it.
You are not my target market. The owners of those gas stations, they're my target market,
If you remind me about that, we can definitely do that.
Do what?
The Wild West was saying maybe sometime we could talk about creating like share contests for promotions and so on. But we've done that in the past. We can do it again.
Not only pictures just for the fun of taking pictures, but for not only the digital insurance and things like that, but damn it, the pictures for the before and afters. I wish I don't have it in this album right here, but that one I've got a before and after, the side by side of that roof being clean. Oh my God, it's one of the absolute best cleaning pictures ever out there. If you can ever put pictures of your truck in front of like really notable places, do that. And that's so important, Look, Federal Building right there. Name drop with these things.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, name dropping is so important.
And don't forget that there's other things that you can use, and you should use other things. In other words, like we've cleaned. What am I trying to think of? Like LSU signs, right?
Right.
Or we've cleaned rocking chairs that are sitting out front, or vases that are sitting out front, or things that are special to them and to them only. But by sharing those unique items that you're cleaning, lawn chairs or lawn furniture or things of that nature, those can actually draw a lot of attention because it's something out of the ordinary. Another one of the ones that I had good success with was, believe it or not, a handicap sign.
Yeah.
Right. That actually helped me sell a job because I said we would clean that. And I when I sent the bid in, I sent a picture of the handicap sign being all nasty and disgusting and all that kind of stuff. Playgrounds are another one. If you do playgrounds, use those pictures. They're phenomenal.
Right here. I mean, this is one that really helped us on our website right there. And we put the keyword greenhouses in there about we wash greenhouses. Do you realize, like in this series of pictures that I had here, look, you cannot see through that area. That's how black it is, right? Nobody else has pictures like, now look, you can actually see through it.
Mm-hmm.
It's now clear. It's now actually transmitting the light into there.
You made their heating bills go up great.
A good picture is worth $1 million. Truly is. I mean, parking garages. Oh, wow. Look, you do parking garages? Yeah, we sure do.
We do lots of parking garages. Yeah, sharing those pictures. And if you're not, you should have a Facebook page where you're doing, not just Facebook. I mean, especially now they got TikTok and all these other kinds of things where you can really get your message out there, share a lot of pictures, a lot of different things. And next door, wherever you can share at, get your pictures out there. You should be sharing your pictures on a regular basis.
100%. And and not only you sharing your pictures, like that, with a multi-page website where you get deeper and deeper and deeper into content, you can sit there and say things like gas stations. Oh, what do we do about gas stations? Well, we're going to wrap your pumps. We're going to block traffic. We're going to be, every page on there can be a nice descriptive narrative. Mo is just sitting here saying, 6 different parishes. Boy, I would have pictures of me cleaning solar panels. I would have a whole web page.
Not only that, but I would also have aerials, right?
Yeah.
I would get, and you could use Google for those aerials, right? Because, we've got some massive fields with, just full of solar panels. I would absolutely be using that.
So I'm going to go over here at spray wash, and I typed in spray wash, and it now refers to Crystal Clean, the company that bought our company. So, and I'm not meaning to pimp them out, but watch. Commercial, specialty, rust and graffiti. And they've changed this website some. But so look, we go in here to commercial, building and shopping center cleaning. We talk about shopping center. We talk about large buildings on there. It's not just commercial concrete cleaning. You're talking about gas station pressure washing, like I was mentioning on there, how we're going to take parking garage cleaning, our parking garage gallery right there. I mean, we're getting as deep as we can into stuff about, on the gallery, we've got commercial building, commercial concrete, house wash, residential concrete, because all of these things are going to wind up ranking and causing keywords to occur there. I used to have one about church steeples in there. I guess it's gone now under specialty. I had, now they have rust and graffiti removal on it, but I had one about specifically with church steeples. I ranked in the Southeast. I literally ranked. I have gone as far as Alabama and Middle Georgia doing steeple cleaning, because people thought that it was really a specialized cleaning, and they paid us amazing money to go and spray bleach on their steeples.
And I can tell you, I beat Ray on that category. Our steeple cleaning pages and all that we used to have were so good. I mean, I would get calls from, I'm going to say Tallahassee. I got calls from Wyoming. I got calls from, I mean, all over the country. And I would get different contractors the jobs for steeple cleaning, because we used it as a specialty. And yeah, we made really good money with steeple cleaning.
Yeah. And I have cleaned hundreds of steeples over my life. I mean, they've now removed that page from that. I mean, no, it happens to all of us. Don't kick yourself. We all forget to.
But it is something you need to be. You need to get yourself in the habit of pictures, and more pictures.
I'll tell you what. As long as you get yourself in the habit of taking the before pictures, you can always go back a month later, 2 months later, and take the after pictures.
Yeah, but you need to be in the habit of taking them immediately. So take your before pictures before you start the job. Your after pictures when you're done. Make it part of your habit. They can really save you in the long run. So
Michael brings up a good point. You know, be careful about the pictures you have. So
and let me venture off here and say that, Michael, on those pictures, you probably had people in those pictures. You probably had certain processes that were how things were being done, instead of just clean versus dirty kind of a thing. Because that's where workers' comp is going to get you. You know, you're showing pictures of guys walking on the roof, or climbing a ladder, or just different things that they maybe, you have to do. But those are the issues that where the workers' comp issues generally come up, or the insurance issues generally come up, not pictures of clean buildings. Like Ray's got the picture in the background where, we're talking about the, this one here on mine where it's, he's dangling from the roof. I mean, those kinds of pictures, workers' comp doesn't like to see them.
What?
Workers' comp doesn't like to see that kind of stuff. Insurance companies don't like to see that kind of stuff. Workers' comp likes to see that you're following all the rules, but the insurance company doesn't like to see that kind of stuff, period.
No idea what you're talking about, Doug.
Yeah.
I'm now looking for a dangling picture.
A dangling picture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rusty is saying company cam makes taking project pics easy.
Oh, company cam's amazing.
Yeah, it is. If you started using company cam or haven't heard of company cam, yeah, definitely. It's a great before and after. You can share them with the clients. You can company cam is a game changer too. If I had been using company cam originally on, I wouldn't have lost all the pictures that we lost during the flood.
Yep. I got a good dangler for you. We'll go through this. So, my first ever control rope access building right here.
And that guy was having a hard time holding you up.
What's that?
The picture, if you go back, it looks like somebody holding the rope kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, he had a hard time holding.
So that's a picture of the top. That's a picture where we're looking out. The horrible part about this thing was you actually had to marshal right there over this. You're on like a 3 foot little beam that was a story up. So it wasn't like you were really, jumping off. There was looking straight down. Christian Gonzalski. I was a lot closer to the planes than I really wanted to be. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Woo, baby. My
That's
butt
doing
is
some
really
dangling there.
puckering just thinking about that job.
Yeah.
Yeah, workers' comp didn't like those photographs of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Look like a fat pinata.
There you go. Somebody hits that with a pin. There's stuff going everywhere.
Jeez.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Ray, I'm tired.
I am too, Doug.
We've been almost an hour and a half into it.
I'm gonna carry my you know what I mean. Damn, Alzheimer's sucks.
What is it? That's
iPad.
Oh, there you go.
I'll have my iPad up there in Tahoe. We'll kind of be touch and go for next week.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good.
Whether I can, you might want to find a more attractive guest host than me.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. Well, Mo, come and join us over there at spraywashpro.com. Love to help you.
Yeah. Like I said, shoot me an email, Doug@spraywashacademy.com, or go to spraywashpro.com, spraywashacademy.com, either or.
Absolutely. Guys, everybody that stuck around, thank y'all again. Merry Christmas, by the way. I mean, I guess we've kind of forgot to say that.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, I think we only probably have one more before maybe two before Christmas happens. And
yeah,
it's definitely not Happy Holidays. It's Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it is. It's Merry
if you
Christmas.
get offended by me saying Merry Christmas, I'm so sorry for you.
Probably on the wrong channel.
Yeah, I'm not caring too much.
Yeah, we've offended a lot more people than that. So already tonight.
Yep.
Well, guys,
thank y'all. Thank you very much.
See y'all. We'll be back next week. Bye.